Well, good evening on this chilly, damp, wet day. It's 51 degrees, but it feels like 44, and it is raining, but it's still Tuesday, October 21st, and we have birthdays today. Today is Stephanie Supps, S-U-P-P-E-S. Stephanie, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stephanie. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Angela's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Angela. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. I almost knocked my glasses off. Katie Williams. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Katie. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And Olivia Vasquez. Olivia. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Olivia. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope all four of you have a great, great birthday today. Well, I almost forgot Tamara, because she told me how to pronounce it. Tamara Foreman's birthday today, too. And I don't know how I forgot you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tamara. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. So sorry I messed that up, but I wanted to get you in. I didn't want to forget you. Have a great day. Like I said, it's a little damp, wet day today. I got my custard shirt on that I got when I was at Custard State Park a couple years ago. When I went with my family, with Lynn and Dale and Sarah and Paul and Kathy. It was so much fun. Don't like the driving. I'm not a really good traveler that way. I don't mind flying, but it's like you got to get there like so many hours before, and then you got to sit around and wait, and then you got to get on the plane. Then you're right there really quick, but then it's like, and I don't like it. It doesn't bother me to fly. It really doesn't. Although nowadays, I don't know, with the air traffic controllers kind of overworked and all the problems with the airplanes, it's just like, I don't know that I'd want to fly right about now. But, if you have to, you have to. So that's the way it goes. Jim and I started watching a new show this afternoon on Apple called The Last Frontier. It's kind of a little bit tiny little bit of like Con Air, which was on a long time ago, which I never really watched. But it's about this plane that is bringing convicts to another prison or something, and they make a stop to pick up a CIA covert agent that was a prisoner, and then there's a plane crash, and then all these prisoners get out of the plane. It's in the middle of Alaska, and how the sheriff, who has a secret past that we're just slowly beginning to learn about, is in charge of getting them all, capturing them all. It's very good. It's only been 2 episodes, but Jim and I have liked it so far. And then we watched The Neighborhood, which we watched. I mean, I can see why this is their last season. I mean, it was good, but yeah, it's just, kind of predictable at this point. And then we went to Christy's house because she, I told you that Sophia has Aaron's old car that's been sitting in the garage, which Sophia's been starting up pretty regularly, but it needed a little bit of work. So they had it towed. Her other grandpa, who's very nice, Grandpa Lenny, he said he would pay for him to get fixed. The car. So Christy had somebody tow it away yesterday, and I was sound asleep, and I get a phone call, and I thought it was the wrong number, so I didn't answer it, but it woke me up from the middle of my street, and I was in the middle of a dream. I dreamt that I was and I knew that I had to bring the papers, I had to bring some papers to Christy by 3 o'clock today. We'll start off with that. So in my dream, I was with my friend that I've had for friends since I was 2 years old, my friend Sue, and we were walking through the old high school, and I was hearing a song that I liked, and so I was trying to figure out what the song was, and I don't know if that it's a real song, but in my dream, the song was called North. I don't know why, but and as we were walking past the library, Sue said, let's stop in here to see what's going on, and it turned out that there was people in there that she knew, and then they were having this big old party, and that we were going, and we're having a good time, and then Sue said, then I said to Sue, well, we got to leave. And she says, well, I don't want to leave. I'm having fun. And I said, well, I have to go now because I have to be at Christy's house by 3 o'clock. I got to bring in these important papers. And so then when we left, and she was arguing with me the whole time, but then she didn't look like Sue anymore. She looked like Bertie, who's Jim's sister. And she was saying, I just don't understand why we had to leave. And I said, you didn't have to leave. I had to leave. And then my phone rang. And I thought it was the wrong number. And so I didn't even answer it. Well, they left a voice message and said, your car is ready. And I thought, my car is not in the shop. So I didn't know. But then I thought, after I went to roll over to go back to sleep, I thought, I wonder if that's the car for Sophia, but why would they have been calling me unless Christy by mistake gave them my phone number? And so I called Christy because I knew she'd be up. She's working. And she said, well, I don't know why they called you. And I said, well, did you leave the car at this, I think it's called Pride Auto. And she says, yeah, that's Erin's friend. That's where we left it. And so I said, well, her car is ready. They woke me up, but the car is ready. And so she said, oh, okay. And so then I laid back to go back to sleep, and then I got to thinking, how do they have my phone number? But then it dawned on me last year when I had some work done on my car because my air conditioning wasn't working. In order to get Erin's discount, because it's a friend of the guy that owns the shop, I had to give him Erin's name but my phone number. So I'm thinking that they figured it was Erin's car. They found that phone number, and that's why they called me. So that mystery was solved. I didn't need Scooby Doo to figure that out. I figured it out all on my own. And so, but anyway, Christy needed to have me print off her certificate of insurance and a thing that showed that the title was released, or the lien was released on the car, so that they could get plates, because they want, a long story short, or a long story longer, actually. She wants to get the plates for the car so that when Sophia's driving, she's going to be driving the car that she's going to be actually driving once she gets her license. She's not getting her license until June, but she drives every weekend, to get some practice in. And, different cars have different feels. And since they want her to take her driver's test in that car, and then they know she's going to be driving it, they want her to start driving that a little bit more. Erin thinks he might use it a little bit to go to work because they moved him to a different location, and his car doesn't get as good a mileage as Sophia's car would have gotten. So he's thinking he might take her car to work to save some money on gas mileage. So we did that. We went over there and saw them. And next, Sophia, she was at school. Erin wasn't there either. He had a dentist appointment because today's his day off. But we visited with Christy a little bit, and then we went to Lowe's, and all of our neighbors around us light up all of their house with blue for the Lions. My Lions won. It was really a good game. It was a really, really good game. Edie over at Edie's Adventures and I were texting back and forth because I knew she was watching it too. And then she texted me to let me know that my cousin Lynn's Blue Jays won. So Lynn, you have a fan in Erie, Pennsylvania who's watching the show or watching the game or whatever. So you got another person rooting for your team. But anyway, but all the people around me put blue lights on when the Lions are playing. And here's Schmucky Sandy and Jim. Well, not Schmucky, but we only have white lights outside. So and we don't want to go out there and change into a blue bulb. So we went to Lowe's to buy some Wi-Fi bulbs that you can change to different colors, because then we can have it orange for Halloween, and we can have it blue for the Lions game. We can have it green and red for Christmas, all the good stuff. Plus we can set them to go off if we're not home, like for some reason we want to put our lights on. So Jim and I are so technically challenged. we couldn't catch it to the Bluetooth. No matter what we tried, we couldn't get our Bluetooth to capture the internet connection. We were able to set up the app, name the devices, that we wanted to name and all that, but we couldn't get the Bluetooth to connect to it. So we called David, and he was going to come over, but like I said, it's pouring rain, and he says, do you really mind if I just do it another day when it's not raining? I said, well, I don't care. I don't think he'd have to be outside, but just in case, maybe he does, I don't know. But I said, yeah, no, that's no problem. So he's going to come either tomorrow or Thursday, depending on the weather. So we did that, and then like I said, we came home and we watched The Last Frontier. Jim made a venison meatloaf for his dinner, and I just made some scalloped potatoes. The good wife that I am, before he even asked, I said, would you like me to make you some scalloped potatoes for your meatloaf? Because we always have meatloaf and scalloped potatoes. It's just a combination that we have. He says, I was going to ask you. He says, but this makes it all the more special that you're doing it all on your own without me asking you first. So for my dinner, I'll probably just have a bowl, like a side of scalloped potatoes and maybe a little side salad. Odd combo, I know, but I do not eat venison. No, I just don't. And it's really strange because I was just thinking the other day, we haven't had meatloaf in a while, and I was going to suggest meatloaf, and then I saw that thawing on the counter, and I thought, oh. But, so Jim will have the meatloaf tonight, and then he'll have meatloaf sandwiches tomorrow. So if I don't have the potatoes today, I'll have some leftover potatoes for tomorrow, and then I'll make some chicken. I forgot to take some chicken out of the freezer. But I think I have some, maybe I'll have some potatoes and sausage, because not an Italian sausage. Turkey sausage. I have turkey sausage in there, so maybe I'll have some turkey sausage and some potatoes for my dinner. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have. But, so anyway, I am going to start reading another book. I did finish the other book like I told you, so let me share with you the book I'm going to read now. Yes, we're going to read Frida McFadden, The Intruder. It came out this year, 2025. It's 273 pages. Kind of hard to read when it's white on blue. Casey's cabin in the wilderness is not built for a hurricane. Her roof shakes, the lights flicker, and the tree outside her front door sways ominously in the wind. But she's a lot more worried about the girl she discovers lurking outside her kitchen window. She's young, she's alone, and she's covered in blood. Okay, you got me. So I'm going to read that one. I'll read that over a couple days. Like I said, the other one I didn't read in one day. I read it over a few days, and so it's just it's something to do, I guess. And especially since I'm in the house, I have to start thinking about covering my furniture, getting my cushions off the furniture. But now that it's raining, I'm gonna have to let my lower patio furniture by the table. I don't put covers on the chairs because the furniture is so old, anyhow. But I decided that I'm going to wait till they dry, and then I'll pack them away and then rearrange my deck. And then maybe when David's doing the thing, he could take the gazebo cover off. It's just a cloth gazebo cover, so if the snow got on it, it would all rip and fall. So, but then I did get some mail today. Let me cover up the return address. Anyway, I got some mail. And it was sent October 6th. To my house. So anyway, it is from W.V. Running Don, my birthday partner, although I'm old enough to be his mother. But this is the card. It said, life is crammed with things to take care of, and still you made time to show you care. Nope, I gotta open it. That means everything. Thank you so much. Thanks for the birthday card, twin. I really appreciate the song and the card. Don, and then his wife Stacy, and his daughters Sammy and Dexter. And like I said, our birthday is September 7th, but I know he's been having a lot of medical issues. So he never forgets my birthday, and he always sends me something. So we always send a card back and forth to each other. But like I said, I think he's probably in his 50s, if that. Maybe he's not even 50. I don't know. But I'm 75, so even if he was 50, I'm still 25 years older than him. But we have the same birthday. I live vicariously through him because he's a runner. He runs no matter what. I give him credit for that. But sometimes I wonder, Don, listen to the doctors. It's just like I don't want him to blow out his knee or his hips or something like that because he just loves running. He just does. But anyway. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for tonight. Our Dancing with the Stars is on. Jim just loves it. Andy has to go home tonight. I can't think that he has enough fan base that he's going to last another week. We'll see, but I'll be very surprised if he does. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that one. And then, what else is on? Oh, I watch Murder in a Small Town, but I don't know if it's going to be on because of maybe the baseball's done until this World Series starts. I don't pay that much attention to it, so I don't know. And then we watch High Potential. But, yeah, I think that's going to do it. Sounds about right. So until next time.